A Saskatchewan father has pleaded guilty to criminal negligence in the freezing death of his two little girls on a reserve last winter. 24-year-old Christopher Pauchay entered the plea at what was to be the start of his trial today. The 3-year-old and 1-year-old became separated from their father after they all left their house in the early morning on January 29th. The temperature was about minus 50 degrees. The girls were found wearing only diapers and T-shirts. CTV's Mike Siona is at the temporary courthouse in Rose Valley, Saskatchewan for the trial, which ended fairly abruptly, Mike.
It certainly did. It actually ended before it even began as the defense and the prosecution reached an agreement and entered the guilty plea to one count of criminal negligence causing death.
So what happens now? I understand that Pauchay's lawyer wants to apply for an Aboriginal sentencing circle to decide Pauchay's fate.
That is correct. They will put in the application for that sentencing circle on December the 5th back here at the temporary courthouse in Rose Valley in a special session of court. Now, the sentencing circle itself, it's kind of involves more members of the community under the guidance of the judge still, but it does take account a broader spectrum of opinion, and the Crown, of course, would be opposed to this. They're seeking jail time in this case. They won't say how much they want. They're going to reserve that comment until December 5th, but they're against the sentencing circle because they're kind of believed to show more, I guess, sympathy and possibly a little bit more leniency.
Well, who actually decides?
Ultimately, it will be up to the judge, as I understand.
It'll be up to the judge. And the judge in this case, now they set up a temporary courthouse for this?
Yeah, they've set up a temporary courthouse right here in the community of Rose Valley, which is about 400 people is the population here. But it's close to the Yellow Quill First Nation, and so they just take a community hall and kind of transform it into a temporary courthouse.
Now, following this young girl's death, the chief there, Robert Whitehead, he called for an addictions treatment center on the reserve. Are there plans in the works for that?
I myself have heard nothing on that since that time. I would suspect, or certainly we would hope, that they're moving forward to get something in order to help the systemic situation that continues to, I guess, plague the First Nation here at Yellow Quill, as they said it themselves. But I have not heard anything on that front, and to my understanding, the chief was not in the court today.
Was Pauchay's wife at the court with him?
She was not there. We spoke with Christopher's sister, and she told us that they have been separated, kind of on again, off again, and that for the last 4 weeks, certainly, they have not been together, and there's some people were wondering why she wasn't there, but we could not find her.
Wasn't she pregnant at the time of her?
Yes.
Yes. So she has had another child since then.
She had another child. They named that child Miracle. And again, speaking with Pauchay's sister today, she told me that child has now been taken into protective services, social services, and is in Regina. Christopher does still have visitation rights with Miracle, but with him and I guess his now separated wife not being together, Miracle Pauchay is no longer with them.
All right. So December 5th, you said, is the next time we find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, we will find out whether or not it's a sentencing circle or not.
Thank you very much, Mike Siona. Thank you.
Thanks.